Okay, so I see that 3 students already finished the questions. I think more, like 5 students already finished. MashaAllah, so far Maran is scoring at the top. Let's wait and see what would be happening. So please, Reem and Yusfala, try to be quicker so we can end it. In a minute, inshallah, we will start seeing the positions. And as well, we care about the mistakes and the correct answers as we do analyze your responses after to find out the questions that a lot of students weren't able to get, so we can rectify it or tell students how it could be and why it wasn't the correct response. So far, I think Muhammad Zidane, you have only one question to go. You already did. Okay, and this Fala and Reem, each one of you have like 3 questions to go. Just Fala, 2 questions, and the same for Reem. One question here and there. Let me share with you the screen of this one. Here we go. So we'll end it right now. I think all answered all of the questions. So let's find out how it went. Here we go. The first position, third position is Muhammad Rashwan, and the second one it is Hajar Rami, and the first one Maran, excellent Hajar. And here, mashallah, not only them, but we do have even Muhammad Rashwan, second position, Muhammad Rashdan. Muhammad Rashwan scored 90% as well. So if we look to it, find the first 3 positions, all of them scored all of the questions correct. Then Fatima and Muhammad Rashwan, both of them scored 18 out of 20, which is really nice. I'll go through the questions inshallah to find out, but it means that we were able to spot the differences between these words. It's not only while we are reading, but it's while we are writing as well. We need to care about these mistakes because these mistakes, which gets us to have communication delay. You meant a word, but you wrote another one. You meant a meaning, but you gave another meaning. That's why we say that it is extremely important to watch out for these mistakes. Another mistake that happens from you while you are writing, it's considered as punctuation mistake, which is the misplaced apostrophe. While you are writing, you wanted to put the apostrophe, but you put it in a wrong position. So the misplacing that you have done, it causes you to drop a lot of marks. How it looks like, and what do you mean by misplaced Mr. Apostrophe? And what is the apostrophe? Let's look with each other and find out more. First of all, it's improving writing style unit 8, and we have only one unit to go, which is unit 10, as we already finished unit 9 last time. So unit 8 and unit 10, and would be done with these units, then only the vocab idioms, some of them we already got, and some of them we'll take later on. What is the apostrophe? It's this punctuation mark, which comes before the S at the end if you are talking about possessives. So you wanted to add apostrophe S, so you wanted to say that this car belongs to Ahmed, so you would say Ahmed's car. In this case, you have to put apostrophe S after the word, after the name Ahmed. The problem doesn't happen here while I'm writing for Ahmed's car, so most of students wouldn't have the mistake while they're writing, but the mistake happens in some other situations. Are you still till now cannot see the screen, Muhammad, or can you see it, Muhammad Rajdan? Can you see it right now? So the problem doesn't happen in the case of Mark or Ahmed's car, but it happens when there are some confusing words. What do you mean, Mr. by confusing words? For example, a name ends with S. Should I add apostrophe S after or not? Here, in this case, it depends on the name itself. So, for example, I wanted to say this car belongs to Ross. If you looked at the word Ross, it ends with S. Yes, I know double S, but we care about the last Letter only, it's S. So would I add apostrophe S or S apostrophe? I would look at the word itself. If it's one syllable, so I would add apostrophe S. If the word which ends with S, it's not one syllable, it's two syllables or more, I wouldn't put apostrophe S, but I would put only apostrophe, no apostrophe S. What do you mean, miss? The word Ras here, is it one syllable or two syllables? Muhammad Rashwan, Muhammad Ahmed Rashwan. This is one syllable or two syllables word?
Um,
The name Ross, R-O-S-S. Is it one syllable or two? Do you understand what do you mean by syllables, Muhammad?
no.
Public. Syllables, my dear students, it's the vowel between two consonants. Usually students take it in the KG and in the lower grades by saying, for example, the sound. If you said, for example, Charles, so Charles, so it's two syllables. Dangerous, for example, you say
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
dangerous. So students take it in the primary school and so on. So it's consonant, vowel, consonant. Here, is it one syllable or two syllables, Muhammad?
Two, like crosses.
No, forget about the apostrophe S. I'm talking about the name itself, the name Ross.
No one.
Excellent. Since it's one, I would add only apostrophe S. I know after I will add apostrophe S, it will be two syllables, but I'm not talking about after adding the apostrophe S. I'm talking about the name itself. So it's one syllable as you excellently said, Ross, and that's why it would be one syllable. I would add apostrophe S. Thank you so much, Muhammad. Let me go to Hajar. Hajar, when I say Charles, is it one S or two? Is it one syllable or two syllables?
I believe two.
Excellent. So two syllables. Since it's not one, it's more, I will not add apostrophe S. It will be only apostrophe. Like what? Like here, Taurus, for example. The Taurus party. Forgot about the apostrophe. The name is Taurus. It's I think this name belongs to Spain, so it's a Spanish name. The word Taurus here, is it one syllable, Hajar, or two? Forgot
Two.
the two. Taurus. So Taurus. It's two syllables, so I will add only apostrophe after. This is a mistake that happens while students are writing, and as we mentioned, punctuation is important for task 1 in writing, task 2, task 3, and task 4. So here, the Taurus party, so this party belongs to this person, but why didn't I say Taurus? Says because here it's not one syllable, it's more than one syllable. Here, the next one as well, I'm talking about the actress. So the actress, it's just one person, like actor, and the female actor is called actress. So actress, two syllables. Since it's not one syllable, so I need only apostrophe. So the actress custom, I put one apostrophe without S after. So in those two cases, I didn't put S after. Why Reem didn't I put, thank you, Hajar. Why Reem didn't I put apostrophe after in those two examples?
Sir, can you repeat again?
The question again, why in this example, the tourist party, and in this example, the actress costume, why in those two ones, I didn't add S after the apostrophe?
Because there are two syllables.
Excellent, because they are two syllables, not one syllable word. So it's not Tor, it's Taurus. It's not act, it's actress. So it's two syllables and ends with S, of course. But what if it's two syllables, but it's not ending with S? No, in this case, I will add apostrophe S. Like Ahmed, it's two syllables, Ahmed. But I will add apostrophe S and I will say Ahmed. Why? Because these two words in those two examples ends with S. But in the other example, Ahmed, it doesn't end with S, it's D, so apostrophe S. We'll answer some exercises about that, so it will be clearer later while we are answering. Here, there are another point. In case if it's plural, would I add apostrophe S or just apostrophe? And if it's singular, so for example, I wanted to say that this ball or this class is for this teacher. So he's only one teacher. So I would say Mr. Ahmed's class or teacher's class. So I'm talking about one teacher. In this case, apostrophe S. But if it's plural, I'm talking about all of the teachers, and this is their staff room, for example. So I would say teacher's room. In this case, I will not add apostrophe S. It would be only apostrophe at the end. Examples to be clear. Here, let's look at these two examples. The boys basketball team. Here, the apostrophe is after the S, so it's not singular, it's plural. This word was boys, not one boy. But if it was apostrophe before S, it means that I'm talking about only one boy. So I would say the boy's toy, for example. So here it's this toy for just one boy. But if I said boys, S, then the apostrophe after, like what you can see here. So it's not one boy, they are plural. And while you are reading, while you are writing, according to what I would put the apostrophe after the S or before the S, it depends. It's plural with S, like boys, for example, teachers, students, and so on. And it's plural, I don't mean just one, I'll put the apostrophe after. If it's singular, I would put the apostrophe before. طب what, Mr. If the plural, the plural doesn't end with S, like the irregular plural. What do you mean by irregular plural? For example, what is the plural form of man? Men. So the plural here, men, it doesn't end with S. In this case, I would put apostrophe S, but it's a plural, Mister. Why didn't I add only apostrophe? Because the plural doesn't end with S, it's men, ending with N. Let me recap this again to be clear. So again, if it's singular, if the name is or the noun is singular, I'll add apostrophe S for the possessives. So the boy's car. So apostrophe S. If I mean not only one boy, but a lot, so boys already ends with S, I will add the comma after. Accordingly, Fatima, the boys basketball team. Here, do I mean one or a lot in this example, Fatima?
A lot.
A lot, excellent. That's why the apostrophe is after. And here, thank you so much, Fatima. Marwan, the kids' various toys. Here, the apostrophe is after S or before S?
It's after.
Excellent. Since it's after S, so do I mean one kid or a lot of kids?
A lot of kids.
Exactly. And that's why we said the kids various, I put the apostrophe after. So, Mister, would it make difference if I added before S or after? Yes. It could cause even not only punctuation issue, but it could cause you even some communication delay. And according to these mistakes, drop marks. That's why we need to take care of them. So, for example, here another point. In case if it's a pronoun like his car, so his here, I didn't say a name like Ahmed's or Hajar's or Adil's or whatsoever. So since I didn't mention a name, I don't need apostrophe or S. So I would say her car, or this car is hers. In case if I said this car is hers, no apostrophe, just the S. So here, for example, in this one, I believe the sandwich is hers. No need for for apostrophe before S. Why? Because it's a pronoun, it's not a name. Her here, I mean a girl. It would be incorrect example, it would be wrong in case if you added the apostrophe. So here I gave you the correct example and the wrong one comes after. So again, ask yourself, is it a noun or a pronoun? If it's a noun, so singular, apostrophe S. If it's a noun, ends with S, I will see, is it one syllable or two? One syllable, so apostrophe S like Ross, Rosses. Two syllables like Charles, only apostrophe. I wouldn't say Charles's, doesn't work. Why? Because it's more than one syllable. But what if it's not a noun, mister? If it is a pronoun like her, like his, like my, or mine, and so on, in this case, we don't add apostrophe. So hers without apostrophe. Mine, you don't need S, okay? But yours, you would need S, no apostrophe. So it depends on the one itself, but no apostrophes at all here. For example, that game was basketball at its, so no apostrophe for between it and s. And this we took it last session while we were talking about the confusing words. It's with apostrophe before s, it means it is. It doesn't mean it's. It's not something belonging to someone. So it's all about the meaning that you intended to convey. You wanted to say a pronoun, possessive one, related to something, so you wanted to say ets, so no need for apostrophe. But if you wanted to say it is, it's a different case, and in this case you would add apostrophe. Here it's wrong example or incorrect example if you added the apostrophe before it, because you don't mean here it is as a short form, but you mean it's like a possessive pronoun. But recapping again what we mentioned, so if the name ends with S and one syllable, I will add apostrophe S. If the name ends with S and it's more than one syllable, I will add only apostrophe. Then we said, if it is plural, ends with S, the apostrophe would come after and only one apostrophe. If it's singular, I would add apostrophe S. So I would know that boys is plural or singular according to the apostrophe. Is it after or before? Then we spoke about the pronouns like her, hers, your, yours. In this case, no apostrophe at all. Avoid the mistake of its and its, because this is a common mistake. A lot of students, even in our group, they do it while they are writing. They mean its, but they add apostrophe, or they mean it is and they write it without the apostrophe. So watch out for the intended meaning. Is it is or it's as a pronoun? Another type of pronouns is called indefinite pronouns. And we took this in subject-verb agreement. If you remember when we said the indefinite pronouns usually take singular verbs. So everyone has to. I wouldn't say everyone have to. The point here is what? If you used one of these indefinite pronouns, you can use easily apostrophe S, like if it is singular noun. So that is somebody's hat. I added apostrophe S. Never take another's place in line. So again, I added the apostrophe S. Why? Because everyone or someone or another or somebody or all of these are indefinite pronouns considered as singular, whether it's subject-verb agreement or even with the apostrophe issues that happen while we are writing. So now let's go to another type of contractions or the apostrophes. We said while we are writing informal, we usually use contractions. But while I'm writing formal, I write full form. So if I wanted to say cannot, while I'm writing informal, I would make it just can't. But if I'm writing formal, I will make it can not. If I wanted to write it informal, mister, and I want to make it can't, I want to make the contraction of it, where would I place the apostrophe? Here, another common mistake, unfortunately, that students while they are writing doesn't, for example, they put the apostrophe before the N, not after. No, care that while you are making the contraction, you removed one letter, which is O in the word not. And you put the apostrophe instead of the missed letter, instead of O. So it became C-A-N apostrophe T. So watch out for the placing of the apostrophe. Don't. So the apostrophe is instead of O, which is in the word not, the letter that you dropped. But unfortunately, we find students putting it before N. And guess what? Some students even put it after D or after T. So watch out, because all of these are mistakes. Yes, here it wouldn't be communication delay, it's only punctuation issue, but it would cause you to drop marks according to the punctuation. So watch out. Avoid getting one instead of the other. It wouldn't be communication delay. Why? Because it doesn't give another word like it's and it's. All right. But like boys and boys, and you mean you want one of them which is plural and one of which is singular. So watch out for these. Next one, the next example here, if you don't mind, can you please, Marwan? For they are.
Or they are, the contraction is there are, not the apostrophe replace the A in R.
Yeah, so while I'm writing they are or there, if you wanted to make a contraction, so you removed the A of the word are, so you put it here. And watch out for the meaning that you mean here, because here it's they are. Yes, I know that you will pronounce it there, but it's not there, the pronoun, T-H-E-I-R. And it's not there, T-H-E-R-E, which means not here. It's in another area. So watch out for these differences because, again, they make difference. Here is a list of common contractions. We can have a look on them, starting from let's, the apostrophe before S, can't, shouldn't, couldn't, wouldn't. A mistake that happens, a spelling mistake from students while they are writing wouldn't, whether they forget the OU or they forget the L because it's silent. So watch out for this, my dear. He will, she'll, we will, they will. In all of will, you use the apostrophe instead of W-I. It will, it's, which is it is. What's wrong with you, or what's, so apostrophe, he's, so apostrophe instead of I, she's, we're, there, we've, they've, should have, could have, would have, won't. So watch out that will not, when it was contracted, it's won't, W-O-N apostrophe T. Sometimes while students are in the listening exam, for example, they get confused between won't, W-O-N apostrophe T, and won't, which is W-A-N-T, because they are homophones. So care about the context, the meaning of the text itself. You would be able to notice, is it the one or the other one around. Hamma Ahmed Zidane, if you don't mind, thank you so much, Marwan. Note that,
What is it? Note that the contraction won't combine will and not. Otherwise, when proofreading, make sure that the apostrophe is placed where the letter or letters it's replacing would have been written.
yeah. The
Also,
problem here is what Muhammad Zidane, that
yes,
these mistakes while we are writing, we don't actually take care of them. We are writing quickly, so we don't see them. And it could happen from anyone, it could happen from the teacher himself, from the examiner, even the person who wrote to you the question. But the problem is what that the teacher or the examiner would review, would proofread. And we always ask you to proofread what you wrote before you submit. Unfortunately, most of students, once they finish writing, they submit. They forget even to proofread. Proofreading makes your writing perfect, or at least it would be the best thing that you can offer. Even if it's not perfect, but it would be your best. So try to watch out while you are writing or submitting your writing, proofread. Sorry for interruption, Muhammad. So also note that. Zidane?
oh, also note that the contraction it can easily be confused with the possessive which has no apostrophe. One strategy for avoiding errors too is to avoid contractions entirely. They are informal and can pose punctuation problems.
Yeah, so what we can say, what we are saying here, that a lot of students while they are writing it's, they get confused and they write the other way around. So instead of it is with the apostrophe, they write it's without, and so on. So here there is a possible solution that you can avoid the contraction for the word it is. You wanted to write it, it is, write it, it is. If you want to make a contraction, but it's totally fine. Of course, we said it is in the informal writing required. For example, you are writing informal email or letter in Cambridge that comes as task 5 or whatsoever. In Oxford, as we mentioned, usually comes as task 2 or task 3. While you are writing the informal email or letter, yes, it's better to use the contractions, but be sure that you meant this word, not the other one round. What you meant, what you wanted to convey. Thank you, Muhammad Zidane. Here, when it comes to plural, sometimes, for example, I wanted to say two students are playing XO, for example. So I would say that Muhammad did all of the actions of letter X. So I would say Muhammad did all of X's. In this case, it would be X apostrophe S. And what do I mean? It means not one X, but a lot. So I made it as a plural. Muhammad Ahmed Rajdan, if you don't mind. Thank you so much, Zidane. Muhammad Rajdan. Muhammad Ala Rajdan. When forming?
When from the plural of symbols, letters, or numbers, use an apostrophe S. Example, when playing tic-tac-toe, one player uses X's and the other one uses O's.
Okay, perfect. So while when you are playing tic-tac-toe, as you know, so one student would take all of the X's, so it means X's here, X apostrophe S, it's the plural form of the letter X. And one uses O's. So O's here, it's O apostrophe S, it means all of letter O. Go to the next one, another example here, Muhammad, the word.
Example, the word necessary has two ends.
So where are the two ends? Unnecessary. So NN. So I wanted to say double N, so I can say double N or two N's. Watch out for the apostrophe was used in this case to make it plural. Next one example, the uniform.
The uniform company accidentally sent two number sevens for the same team. When referring to words in writing, use an apostrophe and an S.
Okay, perfect. So when referring to words in your writing, use an apostrophe and an S. The mistake here, look, this sentence actually is a correct sentence of our writing, but we are using it as an example. So if you don't mind, thank you so much. So if you do not mind, I think both of Omars are absent today because they have another class. So if you do not mind, can you please, Muhammad Ahmed Rashwan, run on. Thank you, Muhammad Ala.
Run-on sentences can often occur because of the overuse of ands.
Did you understand the sentence? While we are checking, sometimes we find run-on sentence. And these mistakes of run-on sentence happen sometimes because students, after they finish the sentence, they're supposed to put full stop, but they say and. They finish, they're supposed to put full stop, but they say and. So to find all of the paragraph is just one sentence, and he's linking all of the sentences using and. So at the end of the day, it's not a proper sentence, it's run-on sentence. And here we try to say a lot of and, so we said ands. And apostrophe S, which means more than one and. Another example here, Muhammad?
Clean your room with no ifs and ands or
Ands?
buts.
So your mom is telling you, please clean your room, but sometimes you respond to her, if X happened, I would clean it. And sometimes you say, I will do it, but after I finish X, and you will do X. So she says to you, you need to clean your room with no Fs, no ands, or buts. So what does she mean? So don't say F or and or the plural of but as well. These are examples of the plural. Let me recap the lesson. This is the whole lesson. So let's recap the lesson today, what we took. Thank you so much, Muhammad Ahmed Rashwan. Again, it's the mistakes, it's unit 8, and it's the mistakes that happen while we are writing with the apostrophe. A lot of types happen because of this mistake. Some mistakes happen because of the contraction and where we place the apostrophe. Sometimes it happens because I mean possessive, something belonging to someone, something owned by someone, and I misplace it, I don't use it. And sometimes we use it for the plural. So the first part, it was the possessive. I wanted to say that this car is belonging to someone. So in this case, I said Ahmed's car. What if the noun, any noun, Ahmed, Abdurrahman, Aidil, Sarah, any noun ends with any letter rather than S, I would put apostrophe S. What if it ends with S? In this case, I would see, is it one syllable or more than one syllable? If it's one syllable, I would add apostrophe S. More than one syllable, I will not add S, just apostrophe. This is for the case of the apostrophe S or the S in the possessive. Then we spoke about the pronouns like here, your, and so on. In case if I wanted to say this phone is yours, So in this case, I will not add apostrophe. I would just say yours and with the S at the end without apostrophe. This car is hers. So again, HERS without apostrophe. What if it is indefinite pronoun like anyone, other one, someone, whatsoever? In these cases, I will add apostrophe S because all of the indefinite pronoun, you consider them singular. In case if we are talking about plural, and this plural ends with S, like boys, like students, like cars, in this case, I will add only apostrophe. But if it's singular, I will add apostrophe S. And how would I know it's plural or singular if it's in reading or while I'm writing? If I meant plural, I would say boys, and after the S, I will put the apostrophe. If I meant just one, so I will add the apostrophe before the S. This is as a recap for the first page. Second page, it was about the contractions, how we do them. Watch out for the mistakes that happen. Some students misplace the apostrophe before N or after T or somewhere else. So watch out because you think that these are simple mistakes, but actually sometimes they cause you an arm and leg. It's really hard for you. We drop marks because of this. You meant it's with apostrophe and you wrote it's without apostrophe, or the vice versa. You meant it's without the apostrophe, but you wrote the apostrophe one. So watch out for this. Last point, it was about the plural. If you wanted to say ands, buts, x's, and so on. So in this case, I will add apostrophe s. Now, we will start answering these exercises. I would give you 5 minutes to answer the first exercise, 5 minutes to answer the second one, and in 10 minutes, we will discuss our answers. So you do have 10 minutes right now to answer both of those two exercises. For today's homework, it would be a reading paper. It will be sent to you, and it's due Tuesday, inshallah. For the test and the homework of the last session that we had on Tuesday, I know that some students sent on Thursday and some yesterday. So inshallah, you will take it by tomorrow. Now you do have
I
10
sent it
minutes.
at 12 yesterday.
Sorry, I saw all of the ones, Muhammad, that were sent. So right now, I want you just to answer those two exercises. Exercise 1 and 2. 8 minutes and we'll start discussing.
So I should write the sentence again with the correct or just write the correct one?
You can just write the correction, and I would be asking you right now to discuss the answers, but just I'm waiting for the time to be done, so all of you will be on the exercise. 3 minutes to go, and we'll start to check it. One minute to go, 2 minutes to go. Okay, 1 minute to go.
Sir, I sent you the answers.
You sent me the answers. Well, we will check them right now together, Yusuf. So just wait because I'll ask you to be sending.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so right now we can start. So Hajar, if you don't mind, the first one, is it correct or it needs to be corrected? And if it needs to be corrected, where should I place the apostrophe?
Needs to be corrected. The apostrophe should be placed before the V in should have.
Where would I place it exactly in should have?
Before the V.
Before the V, excellent. So it needs to be corrected, and here it's a contraction of should have, and it needs apostrophe before V. Excellent, Hajar. Next one, if you don't mind, Marwan.
Yes, Mr.
Yes, number 2.
Yes. women's for
Yes,
this.
it needs to be corrected, right?
Yes, it should be corrected.
Where would I place the apostrophe, after S or before it?
No, before this.
Excellent, perfect. In case if the plural ends with S, it would be after. But the plural of the word woman, it doesn't end with S. So here the S is for the position, so I would add the apostrophe before the S, as Maran excellently said. Next one, thank you, Maran. So next one, Zidane. Number
Yeah.
3.
Do you know what's going on?
So is it correct or it needs to be corrected?
No, it's need to be.
So it needs to be corrected. Where would I correct it? Where would I place the apostrophe?
What's after T?
After T, excellent, and before S. So it is what is going and its contraction. Good job, Muhammad. So next one, Muhammad Ala Rajdan.
I think it is correct.
It means, what do you say?
I think it's correct.
So have you read the books on the reading list? Excellent. Because books here, it's plural, but it's not position. So it's correct. Good job. Next one, Fatima, number 5.
And whose before the S.
Excellent. So here it's supposed to be who is, so it's before S. Good job. Next one, if you do not mind, can you, Yusuf? Number 6.
My cousin's apostrophe before S, the last S, had fell off at the beach.
So we need apostrophe before S here, right?
Yeah,
Excellent. Let me ask you, if we added the apostrophe after S, what would be the meaning?
it
If
should
I
be
said,
my cousin's. يعني I can't explain it.
okay, look, good job. Your answer was correct. The apostrophe is supposed to be before S. But if we used it after the S, in this case, it would mean that the hat belongs not only to one of my cousins, to all of my cousins.
At
Actually,
all, yes.
in this case, it doesn't work because usually the hat is just for one person. But if the noun here hat, for example, was house or whatsoever, in this case could work. Apostrophe after S. In this case, it would be this house for all of my cousins. It could be. So it works. But in this case, with the word hat or pen or whatsoever, it would be for just one person. So apostrophe before S. Excellent, Yusuf. Next one, if you do not mind, can you please, Muhammad Ahmad Rashwan?
They can take care of themselves. I think it's correct.
That's correct. No need. Here themselves, as we mentioned, like hers, like use, the pronoun here wouldn't need apostrophe. Good job. Last one, Reem.
Yes.
Yes. She,
Before, she uses lots of verbs. Yeah, before S.
which is
And
in
verbs.
lots or uses or varies? Or varies?
Verbs.
Varies, yes. So it means that while she's writing, she writes the word very many times. So very, 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 very. So I wanted to say a lot of varies. So I would add apostrophe S like X's and O's and so on. Good job, excellent. So Reem, if you do not mind, we would go to the next exercise. I would start with you and we'll try to make the vice versa if I can remember. So here, Reem, the first one. The parking attendant misplaced everyone's keys. Does it need to be corrected or it's already correct or what would happen?
The apostrophe is before the S in everyone's.
Excellent. Why? Because it is indefinite pronoun. And indefinite pronouns, we use it as singular, so the apostrophe before S. Good job. Next one, Muhammad Rashwan. Those are the children's
Those
books.
are the children's books.
Is it correct?
I think it's supposed to be before the S.
Before S, excellent. Why? Because the plural here of the word child is children.
Yeah.
It doesn't have S. So the S here, it's for position. That's why it would be before S. What is the case that we put the apostrophe after the S if the plural, like the word kids, for example, the plural has S. But in this case, of course, I would need it before S. Good job. Let's go to the next one, Yusuf. Thank you, Muhammad Rashwan. Yusuf, the team. Yusuf, are you there? I think he is muted. Yes, Yusuf. Let's go to Muhammad Zidan and we'll return to him back. Muhammad Zidan? Number
Yeah.
3?
Number what?
Number 3.
The team would not refuse its
Refund.
season ticket. What?
Refund, like to give back.
The team wouldn't refuse its season ticket. Oh, as a possible is missing in the following.
So is it correct sentence
Oh.
or it's wrong sentence?
No.
How would you correct it?
The team wouldn't. Firstly,
Okay,
wouldn't
wouldn't it
refine.
form or would not, it would be contraction. Any could work, right? I don't have to change it. But the problem is not in wouldn't.
Season ticket holders.
No. Type. Listen, the word here, it's, does he mean it is or it's the people who have it? So do I mean the position, it's the pronoun here, the possessive pronoun, or do I mean it
It's.
is? It's. So is it correct to use apostrophe before S?
No.
So
No.
the mistake here is in this one. This word, it's not refused, Muhammad, it's refund. Refund, like to give back, okay? Thank you, Muhammad. So next one, Fatima, the entire restaurant.
Oh, Sanaka.
Thank you, Muhammad. So Fatima, the entire restaurant.
The entire restaurant is ours.
Mm,
I think it's correct.
correct. No need for apostrophe with the possessive pronouns of yours, hers, ours, and so on. Good job. Next one, Reem.
Me again.
You already answered, so thank you. I think yes, you can because Yusuf is not responding. Go ahead, Reem, since I called your name.
Okay. And so in toys, this will be before the S.
Again.
Isn't the bottom?
Yeah.
So
In
what?
the points, is it
It's
before the
apostrophe
S?
before S. Okay. What is the difference between the apostrophe before S here, Reem, and what if it was after S? Can you guess?
No, I don't know.
The point is what? Here, if the apostrophe before S, it would be for one poet. And this would be the correct case because later we said she. So it's just one person. But if the apostrophe, if after S, so it means not for only one poet, like all of the poets' work was in somewhere and it got burned or whatsoever. And in this case, the sentence could be correct if I don't have she. If it was they were devastated, not she was. But because the word she was, so I'm sure right now it's only one person, so the apostrophe should be before it. Thank you. So if you do not mind, Muhammad Ala Rajdan.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Davis.
Mr. Davis switches.
I can't hear you.
Apostrophe after the S. Davis.
Yeah, after the S, perfect. Would I add apostrophe S or only apostrophe?
Yep.
Again?
Only.
Only
Yep.
apostrophe, excellent. Do you know why? Because here Davis is 2 syllables. It's not just one syllable. So it would be only one apostrophe after S. And here it's the work related to him. Good job, or the class related to him. Amazing. So next one, if you do not mind, Marwan, I left.
Yes, Mr.
I left.
I left the report on my boss's desk.
Mm.
I think it can be correct, or you can like add is to be plural bosses.
Okay, so I left the report on my boss desk. Let me ask you, boss here, is it one syllable or two syllables? What do you think, Mara?
I think one syllable.
One syllable, so I would use apostrophe S. Like, do you remember Ross?
Yes.
R-O-S-S? So when I would add only one apostrophe in case if it's more than one syllable. But here it's just one syllable, so I have to add another S, so it would be my boss's desk, all right? Next one, Hajar, if you
Yes.
don't mind, it is. Thank you, Maran. So, Hajar?
It is everyone's dream to be successful. The I could be removed and replaced with the apostrophe to make it as an
So to make it
abbreviation.
contraction, okay, but it's
Yes.
not a must, right? In case if
And
you are writing informal.
I think the apostrophe in everyone should be removed.
No, it's correct. Why? Because we said
Correct.
everyone, it's indefinite pronoun. And since it's indefinite pronoun, I deal with it as if it's singular. So I need the apostrophe.
Okay.
This sentence is correct. It has no mistakes. Yes, if you want to make this contraction, you can, but it's not a must. This is the only case in informal writing. But for example, if I'm writing formal, I don't need the apostrophe because I wouldn't use contractions. So this sentence is correct. So again, the apostrophe here is a correct one. Please, my dear, while you are answering later on, watch out for these mistakes. Try to avoid having them while you are answering or while you are writing and so on. We would have homework today. As I told you, it should be the reading. It's supposed to be submitted back on Tuesday. As on Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, I'll be submitting the mark scheme, and you need to check. And in case if you do have any different answers, we would start next class by discussing the wrong answers. Before we go any further, I want to send you right now a link for a game. But this game is not about last class's session. It's about the apostrophe, the one that we have just answered about. So please try to be sure that you have correct answers, whether you got the first position or not, but try to have correct answers. Thank you for those students who did really well today in the game. In the beginning, 3 students scored the full mark. It was amazing. 2 students, 18 out of 20. Let's find out in this one. If you understood it well, you'll be able, inshallah, to get the full mark regardless the rank. But we care about who is the winner, of course. I will share with you the screen once you all join. The link is sent, so quickly please try to join. It's on the chat. I think I didn't send it to everyone. I sent it to only one. See, so right now it's for everyone, so you can see it and you can join. So here I do have 6 scenes, 2 to go because 2 weren't able to make it today, Omar and Omar. So I think here we have Fatima Hajar. Mohamed Zidane, Mohamed Zidane, Mohamed Zidane. Just to be smart a bit. And change your name. You are not John. Be proud of your name. Use Mohamed Zidane, okay? And I think Mohamed Rashwan needs to go. We'll start right now and let's see while we are doing. Let's go. Mohamed Ali Rajdani, you need to join. You already joined, okay. Yusuf, you need to join.
So what's the question I should answer?
It's in the chat, Yusuf. You would find the link is on the chat. Oh, just I think I sent it to someone else. You can see it right now. I think I need to show it here to see how it goes so far. Muhammad Zidani are not answering any. Jerome already finished all of the questions, the 21s. Muhammad Rashwan, I think, and Muhammad Ala Rajdan. Even Fatima finished 13.
Sir, I enter with the name Muhammad only. I'm the third position.
So change your
Yes,
name.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
I'm Muhammad.
Okay, Zidane, I understood.
Third position.
Yeah, good job. Muhammad Rashwan jumped to the first position. Let's wait and see how it would be ended. 4 students already finished their questions, or three students that finished. But let's wait and see. Again, we care about full mark, so all of the questions would be correct, but let's wait and see how it would go. Only Marwan Yusuf and Muhammad Ala who still entering. Don't think Muhammad Ala would be able to finish all of the questions. Let's wait and see. So here we do have almost 5 students finished. Muhammad Rashwan, Hajar, Muhammad Zidan, Reem, Fatima. Marwan is still entering. Marwan won the first one. Let's wait and see, would he be able to make this as well or not? Please quickly, Marwan, because of the time. Same Yusuf and Muhammad. Muhammad Rajdan jumped to the 6th position, but he still has some questions. Quickly, Muhammad, please. The same from Marwan and Yusuf. Minute and we will end it. Because most students already finished, those who joined on time. Muhammad Rajdan jumped to the 3rd position. He has still some questions to go. 20 seconds to go. 15 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go. The time is over. Let's end and see the winners. As you can see, the 3rd position goes to Muhammad Ala, 2nd for Hajar, 1st for Muhammad Rashwan. Good job, excellent online Rashwan. Good job, Hajar. Again, good job, Muhammad Ala. But let's find out the accuracy. Inshallah, we do have a lot of full mark, even the first 4 positions, I think, or 5 positions. MashaAllah. So here we do have the first 4 students were able to get 20 out of 20, which is excellent. Reem scored 19 out of 20. Good job, mashallah. And so on, starting later, 17. Look here, Fatima scored 19 out of 20, but I don't know, the position here didn't come early. I don't know, is it because of the time or because of the power-ups? But again, what we care about is, of course, the percentage of the accuracy. Good job, dear all, and inshallah the homework could be reading paper. It will be sent to you today. Looking forward to meeting you, inshallah. Don't forget that your homework should be sent on Tuesday, and your test papers, inshallah, would return it back to you tomorrow. It was nice being with you, and I'm looking forward to meeting you again. Have a wonderful day.